Hello, everyone. My name is Yuchen Lin. I am the presenter for Wikidata.com 2023. Today's the topics of my talk is investigating Taiwan's native languages. The main objective: investigating Taiwan's native languages by reviewing their cultural importance. In addition to how to use the platform such as Wikidata, which plays a crucial role in their preservation. This session analyzes the linguistic landscapes and provides a window into the varieties and vitality of these languages. Using technology, we meticulously record linguistic nuance, fostering a team effort to protect linguistic heritage. Here is the content page. Firstly, I'll be touching on the existing non-linked open data set. Second, search results on the Wikidata tool, which namely they are Glammed, Located, Squid, Scholar. And third, Wikidata and lexicographical data. Here's the list of tribes in Taiwan, which I can find from Wikipedia's entries. And there are total 16 of them. Begins with Amins, Ataya, Bunons, Halualua, Kanakavalu, Kavalan, Paiwan, Puyuma, Lukai, Sasiya, Sakizaya, Sidik, Dao, Taroku, Shao, and Zhou. And here, this is a picture set taken from the governmental website. In this picture, is displaying the various Aborigine tribes. They are dressed in their tribal clothes and also participated in the relevant religious or the festivals gatherings. And why do I choose Puyuma, my focus? Well, it's based on the overall situations of the Puyuma languages and also the urgency to save the Puyuma peoples and the languages, because right now, currently, the population is less than 4,000, and this is listed as an endangered species under the governmental registries. And therefore, how can you help us to reverse the situation by using wiki projects? Yeah, here are the data, existing link open data about the Puyuma. So first, this is a database from the Aborigine Environmentals and Knowledge platform. Again, you can see that there are some graphics contents on the house and also the peoples, and of course, all these are not Wikidata entries. And second, this is another database, a governmental database from the Council of Indigenous Peoples. And third, Library of Congress. So under Library of Congress, Puyuma people, they are listed as Beinan, Panapayang, Penan, Pineng, Piyuma, Puguma, and Puyuma. And these variations in the nomenclatures are all referring to Puyuma, and however, due to a spellings or due to a documentation, so they are being listed as a separate entity. And there's another database which some people will find interesting. This is from the National Libraries of Israel, and they have listed Puyuma peoples and under the ethnology of Taiwan, and these are the Taiwanese Aborigines. And second point, the search results on the Wikidata tool. Well, by Puyuma's LD, link open data on GLAMP, which stands for galleries, libraries, archives, and museums. In total, there are 28 files we found in the category 3. 8 files were viewed, and 22 pages use those files. In total, there are more than 10,000 file views as dated at 2023-06. And data for one page could not be loaded from WMFH views. So you can see here it's displayed as 404 errored. And here, under GLAM tool Forge, and I have discovered these pictures with the title shows Puyuma people in formal clothing. And under these properties, it shows that this is under Bainan tribes and also on the Nangwang clan, and these are the possible, and also it's also possible that this picture is attributed to other neighboring clans under the Puyuma tribes. In the same time, if you use the locator tools browsing the photos, for example, these photos with the name Taiwan title Puyuma decluttering rituals. And from these pictures that I'm sure that everyone have realized that each picture contains a GPS coordinates, and GPS coordinates can be extracted from here under object locations. I'm not saying this error is correct, but I'm saying that you can actually locate the location of these pictures from these pictures, and this pictures is an extract from the OpenStreetMap, and from this OpenStreetMap is able to show you the exact latitudes and longitudes of these pictures. But however, let's say you have a picture that contains a chief, but however, it's a work of art from 1880s, and it's also a drawing of Puyuma people, possibly, and therefore the location of a GPS is unable to show you the exact location of the people on this OpenStreetMap. Instead, this object location will show you the locations of this painting is being stored, for example, in a museum, and therefore you will show location of these museums on this OpenStreetMap. As I mentioned earlier, so every picture contains a property, and which is the coordinator location P625 as the GPS coordinates, and these coordinates is embedded in every picture that we have taken. You might also be interested to know some of my colleagues. They are working on OpenStreetMap, and they will be very appreciated if you attend the talk and you can find an intersection between how to make use of these abstracted GPS coordinations and together with the Wikidata. Now this is the next tool, Squid, and be careful. You must be first search what is the Q property numbers of the Puyuma people. Here, I have searched for you. The Q number is Q706500. And that's if you use this Scholar to search the Q items, and it's also able to show you show you what are the relevant items that related to Puyuma. For example, here it will show you Puyuma people, Puyuma Express, which is the railway service in Taiwan, and Puyuma Pulinga, and there's no description being provided. Puyuma phonology, well, this is linguistic. Puyuma grammar, Puyuma disambiguation pages, and Puyuma no description provided. And these are the multiple entries that all link to the entity Puyuma in Wikidata. Well, let's back to the Wikipedia. So under Puyuma people, that you can see that this is what are the famous names of the Puyuma people, but as I said, this list is not exhaustive, and therefore we require you as a participants to help us to contribute to these wiki commons. So you can also upload any information, especially the pictures, to wiki commons that help us to increase the volumes and the capacities of the Puyuma people. Well, if you search and log into Wiki Commons, and these are the items you can see that is relevant to Puyuma peoples, and you can see these are various pictures that have been taken and uploaded by volunteers. Whereas here, these columns under authority control, that you can see that I have mentioned the previous two, which are the resonator, shareholder, PageScan, and statistic, and Wikimaps, and locator tools, and all these they are able to help you to search other items and properties and subtopics relating to Puyuma and Puyuma people and whatsoever. And how can you upload to Wikimedia Commons? That's very easy. First, you must register as a Wikipedia person, and therefore you'll find that your account that works for all the Wikimedia's projects. You can also help us to do it. This is a non-Wikidata database, but I have to show you that this is one of the largest data sets which contains a dictionary, and in this case, this is an Austronesian comparative dictionary, and in this dictionary, it contains the Puyuma languages. Well, back to the Wikidata projects. In the Wikidata project, there's the project called lexicographical data, and this lexicographical data operates on the basis of Lexemes. Lexemes is the simplest language unit entities that you can key in as a term in the Wikidata, and which is also be traceable as a language unit. This project, lexicographical data, is launched in the same time Wikidata in 2012. Well, from the Wikidata and on the Wikidata project Taiwan, under languages, you can see that these are the lists of Aboriginal languages that in Taiwan, which already has not only the ISO code, but language like ISO code, but also the Wikimedia language code P424. And you can see that the status of whether it's usable by or traceable by Wikidata, or it doesn't work for every tribe. For example, you can see there are some tribes here which mark as X, and which means that they might have someone key in the Wikipedia, but somehow it is not yet linkable to Wikidata, and certainly the language label has not been built. But in this case, for the Puyuma languages, the mother tongue label says usable. That's why it says that's why we are seeing the search result from Wikidata. But however, as for leximal purposes, so far there are only Ataya, Amin, Siddiq, Sasiya, and Paiwan, and Sakisaya. Their leximal are able to be traced. And Puyuma, this is not the case. And therefore, when I encounter these problems, I have pinned the Wikipedia page. So this is Puyuma lemma, which you can see there are determinants, morphers, nouns, numerons, and verbs. And under discussion for navigation, so you have project checks by bulk requests, lexicographical data, which in this part that Puyuma languages is missing, and therefore we need people like you, like volunteers, to help us to perfect the Puyuma language lexema entries. Well, on the Wikipedia's, on the articles containing Puyuma language texts, it can show that there are nothing much, and they are also linking to other entries, for example, on the East Asia, Proto-Austronesian languages, and also Taiwan in Philippines, because Taiwan and Philippines, we are all part of the Austronesian language family groups. And because of the current status of Puyuma languages is able to be located on lexemes, so I have gone to this category talk and I posted a question down here. It says, I would like to know how to insert other Puyuma sources text into this field. And this is what I mean, category talks. So you and I can also do the same thing to request a help, and eventually someone will come to you and help you and tell you and instruct you how to include the Puyuma text into the lexema. Well, as I said, Puyuma mother tongue tag has been created, and you can also help us to translate Wikipedia entries in other languages, for example, in English, from English into Puyuma languages. Prior to that, you need to log into this website. This is called translatewiki.net, and create an account here, and therefore you can help us to translate other entries from Wikipedia into Puyuma entries and writing in Puyuma languages. And here's other assistant dictionary which I have discovered from Wikipedia and which how I use and then to create other entries and other purposes for Wikidata training. And the language textbook I take is from Josiane Coquelin, and she is a famous anthropologist and linguist, and she is responsible computing to most of the Puyuma, the non-one claims language corpus. Well, as we mentioned earlier, that Ataya is one of the most completed aborigine tribes with the lexema data. So you see, from Ataya, he has a language code which is TAY, and also it also has a Wikidata property, a Q item property, which is 715766. So on the lexemas, and which is the language, you can show that there are at least one entries. And therefore, this is not exhaustive, but we still need people to improve and expand the volume. So maybe we can have a few words of conversation in Puyuma languages. Imanu, who, how are you? Rengai, Tarang, Zuya, Merangai. Now, let's try to say Iwan you want, Inavan, Ku, Imanu, Puyuma. Thank you, I'm good. I'm a Puyuma. And don't forget to participate in our Wikimedia's ecosystem projects. And Wikidata functions as a database and also as a get to the other link open data web. And what I have mentioned earlier is that all these Wikipedias, Wikicommons, and Wikiwords, and Wikiquotation, Dictionary, and these are the sister projects all related to under and Wikimedia. And here is the list of bibliography that I have cited and used for my slides. Here is the Q&A session. Please pause. Thank you for your attention. Please get in touch with us, and here is my contact information. I appreciate you can contact me and reach me, and regarding Puyuma languages and of my progress of how I working on Wikidata with especially to expand the volume of Puyuma. Thank you very much.